Hello, everyone. Happy September. Y'all, I want y'all to join me on this 30-day challenge. 30-day show up for yourself challenge. Challenge. Let's do it, y'all. Let's get out our comfort zones. Let's start showing up for ourselves. In this 30-day challenge, I want y'all to join me in goal setting. Let's do something once a day towards the goal you want to achieve for the month of September. Sometimes our frustration is because of delayed obedience, right? I have been in a space where I have been kind of frustrated. So I want y'all to join me in my community of a 30-day show up for yourself challenge. Sometimes we don't show up for ourselves enough. Sometimes we feel sorry for putting ourselves first. We have goals that we want to achieve. We have goals like health in our health. Might want to lose weight, and something just keep stopping us because we're not consistent or disciplined enough. Our goal setting could be in our mental health. Let's start showing up for ourselves in our mental health. The struggle sometimes be real, depression be real, anxiety be real, but let's take forward steps each day for your mental health, for your well-being. Let's not, just pick something that you can do each day for your mental health, whether it's out to go out, take a walk, a run, eat something healthy for that day. Eat one thing healthy. Oftentimes, we set goals. We set these big, high expectations of ourselves. And when we don't meet those expectations of ourselves, we become disconnected. We become disappointed. We feel like we are a failure because we simply just set too many goals. We set too much of a high expectations of ourselves. We look at what other people are doing and we try to mimic what they are doing, and that don't work. Sometimes we have to figure out what works for us. Also, we can set goals in our business. You may be feeling like there is more that you could be producing in your business. You may have tried to take forward steps in your business and things just didn't work out because you wasn't disciplined enough, because you didn't prepare enough, because you didn't plan enough. Oftentimes, distractions come and it throws us off course. So for the month of September, y'all, let's be focused. Let's reset. Let's get refreshed. Let's let go of anxiety, fear, depression, overwhelm. Also, here's another goal setting thing that you may want to do spiritually. You may feel like you should be at a higher place in God spiritually. Take time out during this 30-day challenge to read the book of Proverbs. Read one chapter a day. Find what works for you. Sometimes only reading one scripture a day, meditating on that one scripture is enough. Those small baby steps you do can lead to big steps, big progress in the long run. So don't be overwhelmed. Don't feel like you're not doing enough because you are taking these small baby steps towards your goal. Do not take big steps. Big steps make you feel overwhelmed and make you feel frustrated. Take small baby steps in your mind. Think of, what can I do to show up for myself? What can you do to show up for yourself? Every day for the month of September, do not feel guilty. Do not feel shameful because you simply decided to show up for yourself. You may want to start a savings plan in September. You may want to just have a plan for your money each day, besides going out to eat or, you know, planning that weekend date where you want to spend money. Save that money. Let's do this challenge together. I don't know what your goals may be. I don't know what you want to do. for the month of September. But I want y'all, the community, to join me on a 30-day show up for yourself challenge. Take yourself out to eat. Spend this time loving on yourself. We have been talking about boundaries. We already done got rid of boundaries and barriers of what's stopping us from moving forward with building with God. Sometimes it's simply that God is waiting on you to move. You may have been feeling like God has forgotten about you. You may have feel like that nothing has been working for you. But sometimes it's simply God is waiting on you. God is waiting on you to show up for you. Who is that for? God is simply waiting on you to show up for you. When you show up for you, God's going to show up for you. He's going to show up and show out for you simply because you decided to take the forward steps to show up for yourself. I felt that. I don't know who that is for. It's for me. I know that's for sure. It is for me to start showing up for Lynette. So I wanted to give you a couple of points of reasons why we don't show up for ourselves. I never want to get up here on YouTube platform or any other platforms without simply just breaking down what I'm talking about. So sometimes the reasons why we don't show up for ourselves is because we put people before ourselves. Listen, I went through a midlife crisis, what I called a midlife crisis. I say about 10 years ago. I just simply felt like, where has time went? I looked around. I have had the kids, got married, went back to school, got the degree, but I was still feeling unfulfilled because I simply forgot to show up for Lynette. Let's start showing up for ourselves more as ladies and gentlemen. Let's start putting ourselves first. Another reason why we don't show up for ourselves is we lack consistency, we lack discipline, we lack persistence. Sometimes distractions come, sometimes situations come that it shut us down, and we don't know how to persevere during the distractions or during unexpected situations. So for the month of September, let's develop persistence, let's develop consistency, and let's develop discipline. Another reason why we simply don't show up for ourselves is because we think about past disappointments. We think about past failures. We think that because it didn't work last time, it might not work this time. But simply, like I said before, you have to find out what works for you. You have to begin to find out what works for you. What worked for others may not work for you. We replay past failures, past disappointments, and those disappointments and failures replay in our mind. Let's heal from the disappointments. Let's begin to heal from the failures because there is no failure in God when you're in God. Nothing is wasted, right? So the last point I wanted to talk about was reasons why we don't show up for ourselves like we want to. Like we need to, basically. We don't believe in ourselves. I touched on this in my last video. We have to learn to believe in ourselves. Know that you are worthy. Know that you are enough. Know that the goals and plans that you have for yourself, the plans that God has for you, are far more greater than your plans. God will blow your mind. Start believing in yourselves. Start valuing what you have, what God has placed inside of you. Know that you are enough. Know that you are worthy. Now, here are some points on how to show up for yourself. I gave you the reasons why you don't show up for yourself. How do you start showing up for yourself on a daily basis? Give yourself permission. Give yourself permission to show up for you. You have to make the decision to give yourself permission to show up for yourself. Let go of guilt, let go of shame, let go of fear of what other people going to say, how they going to feel about you. Let it go. Simply show up for yourself because you deserve to show up for yourself. Commit to doing one thing, one small thing each day for the month of September. Also, find accountability partners. Find someone that you can connect with, tell them what you're doing, see if they want to join this 30-day challenge with us. And so that you can be held accountable. You know the things that you have been putting off. You know the things that has been nagging in your mind consistently on a daily basis. You know that you have been feeling the pull to more, right? So we're going to do this on the month of September. And the last thing I wanted to talk about, you have to identify what is your goal. What one thing that you want to stick to this month, to be consistent, disciplined, and persistent about? What is the one thing that you have been feeling like you have been stuck in cycles with? You have been feeling like there is more that you should be doing. You have been constantly feeling this nagging pull that this situation has got to change. This situation is not going to continue to hold you down. This situation is going to help you to move forward. Sometimes our frustration breeds faith. Sometimes God makes you frustrated, uncomfortable, so that you can have the faith to believe and push forward past the resistance, past what's trying to stop you from believing in God. Okay? Once you find out what is the goal that you want to accomplish, what is the goal that you have been putting off, you have to know your reason why. That's the last point. Know your reason why you want to accomplish this goal. It cannot be for self gratification, it has to be for something that God desires for you. You desire for yourself, right? So figure out what is the why, and God is going to meet you right there. Thank you so much for joining me this time on Tea Talk with Net. Grab your friends, grab your family. Let's join this challenge together to simply show up for yourself. Until next time, make sure you like, subscribe, and share to Tea Talk with Net. I'll see y'all in the next time. Bye bye.